Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanamma. Let's begin with the headlines of the hour. Cold wave cripples daily life in Tarai region. Majority schools shut down. Locals say the government has yet to provide support. At least 350,000 youths leave for foreign employment in 6 months of the ongoing fiscal year. The effectiveness of skills trainings by all three tiers of the government in question. The United Nations says 2 mothers are being killed every hour in Israel's war on Gaza, as Israeli authorities have denied access for nearly 70% of aid deliveries to northern Gaza. And defending champions Senegal booked their place in the last 16 of the Africa Cup of Nations, defeating Cameroon. Injured Mohamed Salah to miss 2 Africa Cup of Nations games for Egypt. Thick fog and cold winds have crippled daily life in Tarai region. The temperatures have unusually gone down to up to 9 degrees as schools, among others, have been shut. Meanwhile, the locals of the region say the local governments have not provided them with needed support. Daily wage workers and those with poor economic conditions have been the hardest hit by the ongoing cold spell. They say their local levels have remained indifferent to their plight. 16 local levels in Bara have been directed to provide support to the needy by the Disaster Management Committee. Minister for Foreign Affairs MP South has urged the repatriation of Nepalese national recruited in the Russian army. Attending a sideline meeting with the Deputy Foreign Minister for Russia, Sergei Rybakov, as the 19th summit of the non-aligned movement takes place in Uganda, Kampala, Minister South urged for the repatriation of Nepalese nationals. The minister mentioned during the meeting that there was no policy to send Nepalese nationals to military out of the traditional system. He also urged for the repatriation of the bodies of Nepalese that lost their lives during the ongoing Russia-Ukraine war and also to provide their families with compensations. In response, the Russian Deputy Minister, Foreign Minister, in fact, assured of necessary initiatives. Now, an aircraft along with 4 engines meant for the Aircraft Repair and Training Center at Mahabirpun's National Innovation Center has been stolen from Los Angeles, California in the U.S. Entrepreneur Anish Pradhan has reported of a fire incident at the workshop in Los Angeles from where the aircraft were stolen. The aircraft, along with the lost engines and equipment, were readied in a container to be sent to Nepal in around 2 months' time. The office of the Vice-Chancellor at the BP Koirala Institute of Health Sciences that was padlocked this week has been opened following an order by the Biratnagar High Court. The Vice-Chancellor's room was padlocked by Dharan Sub-Metropolis Mayor Harka Sampang. This followed a writ at the High Court Biratnagar, which was heard by a single bench of Judge Sridhara Kumari Puraseni. The High Court has issued an interim order and demanded from Sampang and 8 other defendants for a show cause notice. The writ was filed by Sanjeev Kumar Shah, demanding for a mandamus against Mayor Sampang and also the District Administration Office, Sunsari. At least 500,000 individuals enter the labor market in Nepal every year. The federal government has been organizing various programs aiming to provide jobs to these youths. Unfortunately, at least 350,000 youths have left for foreign employment in the first 6 months of the ongoing fiscal year. In an effort to retain the labor force, the Kathmandu Metropolis has kicked off a campaign to create 5,000 jobs annually. The Metropolis is set to provide skills training to 15,000 individuals in 35 different categories under its employment and income growth for the development of Kathmandu program, which is one of its 10 pride projects for the ongoing fiscal year. The Metropolis has allocated 100 million rupees for the project and intends to connect 5,000 of them to potential employers towards the end of it. The project has been planned for 3 years and training will be provided in 40 different centers. Several other local levels have also kicked off training programs teaching youths about producing soaps, candles, pickles, among others. However, these programs have yet to produce significant results. Analysts say the lack of seed money and inadequate return for labor has left the training programs to waste. Meanwhile, the federal government's Prime Minister Employment Program that aimed at generating 200,000 jobs has also failed to make a desired impact. The government has allocated the program 5,940 million rupees Other government programs under the Ministry of Forest, Agriculture, Women and Children, Industry and Commerce also provide skills training of different types. However, skills achieved through these programs have yet to generate employment opportunities for the youths. That has raised question on their effectiveness. And in this context, in our Public Voice segment, we have asked people in several provinces what type of employment generation programs have their local levels conducted. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
सिलाई बुनाई कटाई कार्यक्रमहरू चाहिँ सामान्य रूपमा चलेको देखिएको छ
मानिसहरूलाई सिपार्जन गर्न समेत बनाएका कुराहरू चाहिँ प्रकाशमा आएका छन्
कुनै पनि त्यस्तो रोजगार सिर्जना गरेको पाइएको छैन
जसले चाहिँ मैले सिकेर केही गर्नु छ भन्ने सोच राख्नु भएको छ भने उहाँले चाहिँ त्यसमा केही गर्नु भएको छ त्यसले चाहिँ राम्रै उ भएको छ
प्रत्येक वर्ष त यो तालिमहरू गराएकै छन् गाउँपालिका होस् अथवा हाम्रो नगरपालिकै होस् तर चाहिँ यसको सही युटिलाइज हुन सकेको छैन
ट्रेनिङ लिएर या तालिम लिएर केही गरौँ भनेर सोचिन्छ त्यो चाहिँ कार्यान्वयन कतै पनि हेरिएन
त्यसमा कसैको ध्यान गएको छैन कर्मकाण्डी मात्रै हो
स्थानीय सरकारले खास रोजगारी सिर्जना गर्ने गरी युवाहरूलाई रोक्ने गरी नीति ल्याएर कार्ययोजना बनाएको खासै देखिएको छैन
कार्यक्रमलाई कार्यक्रम मात्रै गरेको जस्तो मलाई लाग्यो त्यसमा कुनै उपलब्धि भयो जस्तो मलाई लागेन
राजनीतिक नियुक्तिलाई मान्यो भने रोजगार सिर्जना त्यही होला नत्र भने स्थानीय तहले खासै गरेर रोजगार सिर्जना गरेको त्यस्तो देखिँदैन
सही प्रयोगका लागि प्लेटफर्महरू नदिएको जस्तो हामीले युवाहरूले देखिरहेको छौँ
तयारी नपुगेको हो कि सरकारको भन्ने लाग्छ
कुखुरा पालन भैँसी पालन सम्बन्धी सामान्य प्रकारको तालिमहरू दिने देखिएको छ
स्थानीय तहले तालिम सिपहरू जुन दिएको छ तर त्यसबाट चाहिँ अब यसबाट उचित लगानी गरे पनि यसबाट चाहिँ प्रतिफल अलिकति राम्रो प्रतिफल आउन सकिरहेको छैन
विदेशबाट गएर आएका युवाहरूलाई ग्रुपमा अथवा पर्सनल्ली कसैले चाहिँ कृषि गर्न चाहन्छ भने उहाँहरूलाई चाहिँ अनुदान दिने व्यवस्था पनि गरेको छ
यसभन्दा अघिल्लो वर्ष चाहिँ राम्रो गरेर काउलीको बन्दाहरूको सबै कुराको बिउ बिजन दिइरहनु भएको थियो अहिले यो 80 साल लागेदेखि 79 सालदेखि बिउ बिजनहरू नि केही पनि दिनुभएको छैन
स्थानीय तहले रोजगारी ल्याए पनि आफ्नो पार्टीको कार्यकर्तालाई दिने खालको यो रोजगारीहरू ल्याएको छ
It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion. The question is, why has the government failed to repatriate Nepalese recruited by the Russian army? Your options are A, lack of diplomatic initiatives, B, not in priority of Russia, and C, lack of international support. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Let's move on to international update. The United Nations Women's Agency has reported 2 mothers are being killed every hour in Gaza as Israel continues its bombardments. It added women and children are the main victims, with some 16,000 killed so far. The UN has also reported Israeli authorities have denied access for nearly 70% of aid deliveries to northern Gaza, even as the Palestinian territory faces dire humanitarian conditions created by Israel's assault since October 7. The UN Humanitarian Affairs branch in Palestine has said shipments of much-needed aid are facing widespread denials by Israeli authorities. UN OCHA said while humanitarian agencies had planned 29 aid delivery missions to northern Gaza during the first half of January, Israel approved only 7 of them. Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu recently said Israel is only allowing the minimum level of humanitarian assistance to Gaza. Netanyahu has also claimed Israel has destroyed around 2/3 of Hamas fighting regiments in Gaza, vowing to press on with the war until complete victory. Preventable diseases like hepatitis A are spreading rapidly in the Gaza Strip as thousands of internally displaced Palestinians cram into overcrowded shelters to find safety from Israel's relentless bombardments. Meanwhile, the White House has said there is no evidence that Israel has committed deliberate war crimes in Gaza, despite a growing body of evidence detailing possible violations of international law by Israeli forces. This comes following Mexico and Chile's request for investigation at the International Criminal Court for deliberate war crimes. At least 24,762 people have been killed and 62,108 wounded in Israeli attacks on Gaza since 7th of October. The revised death toll in Israel from the October 7 Hamas attack stands at 1,139. Now, US President Joe Biden has said he spoke with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu about possible solutions for creation of an independent state for Palestinians, noting that not all countries have their own militaries. Biden's call with Netanyahu was the first in nearly a month, the White House said, noting the discussions focused on Israel's ongoing strikes in Gaza. Asked if a two-state solution was impossible while Netanyahu was still in office, Biden said it's not. Speaking to reporters after a meeting with U.S. mayors, Biden said Netanyahu was not opposed to all two-state solutions and there were a number of types possible, adding that some United Nations members do not have military forces. Iran has said it successfully carried out an air defense drill using drones designed to intercept hostile targets in an area stretching from its southwestern to southeastern coasts amid heightened tensions in the region. On Thursday, Pakistan launched airstrikes against what it said were separatist militants inside Iran in a retaliatory attack 2 days after Tehran said it struck the bases of another group within Pakistani territory. The tit-for-tat strikes were the highest-profile cross-border intrusions in recent years and have raised alarm over wider instability in the Middle East region since the war between Israel and Hamas erupted on 7th of October. Iran and Pakistan have a history of rocky relations, but both have signaled a desire to cool tensions in the wake of this week's strikes. Nevertheless, Pakistan expressed its willingness to work with Iran on all issues in a call between their foreign ministers, also on Friday, after the exchange of the strikes. A Japanese robot has successfully touched down on the moon, but problems with its solar power system mean the mission may live for just a few hours. The smart lander for investigating moon, SLIM, put itself gently on the lunar surface near an equatorial crater. The feat made the Asian nation only the 5th country to soft land on Earth's natural satellite after the US, the Soviet Union, China and India. Engineers are now battling to save the mission. However, for reasons not yet fully understood, the craft's solar cells will not generate electricity. SLIM was carrying 2 small rovers and telemetry indicates it managed to eject these as planned just before touchdown. The craft, which carries an infrared camera, was to spend the next fortnight studying the local geology. How much of this investigation can be achieved in the time available is uncertain. Now, a drone footage taken showed Milwaukee in the state of Wisconsin frozen in snowy and icy landscape days after snowstorms moved across the U.S. Midwest. Buildings in downtown Milwaukee, standing near a body of water, were being frozen amid frigid temperatures. Milwaukee was one of several major cities to be hit by some of the heaviest snowfall and blizzards last week, as damaging weather conditions delayed thousands of flights and cut off power to hundreds of thousands of homes and businesses across the U.S. A wind chill advisory was placed in effect on Friday through Saturday morning for south central and southwestern Wisconsin, according to the National Weather Service, NWS. And that is all for the moment. Thank you for watching. Let us now take you back live to the final of Tiger Cup volleyball tournament.